the GMC Yukon Denali and the Cadillac Escalade. Two big ol' SUVs made for families of 8. Now you've got to be willing to spend a little bit of money on these behemoths, but they are both new for 2021. So let's take a look at these two full-size 3-row SUVs. Well, wait a minute, aren't these the same vehicle? Well, in a sense, yes. They're both made by General Motors and they ride on the same platform in 2- or 4-wheel drive. However, the Yukon Denali starts at $69,695, including $1,295 for destination. It's the top Yukon trim, but you can still add some options and get it to max out in the mid-80s. The Cadillac Escalade starts at $77,490, and that includes $1,295 for destination, but it can easily climb into 6 figures. So let's take a look at the power plant, cargo space, and towing, as well as some interior features. First up, let's check out what they share, namely a 6.2-liter V8 engine, pushing out 420 horsepower and 460 pound-feet of torque. A 3-liter diesel engine with 277 horses and 460 pound-feet of torque is also available, but GM hasn't released any other specs for that power plant, so we'll keep our comparo here just to the V8. The Yukon Denali does a bit better with fuel economy in 2-wheel drive, with an EPA fuel rating of 15 miles per gallon in the city, compared to the 14 miles per gallon of the Escalade. However, both get 20 miles per gallon on the highway. Bumping it up to 4-wheel drive, both vehicles should return an EPA efficiency of 14 miles per gallon in the city, 19 miles per gallon on the highway. Look, they're big, heavy boxes. What did you expect? Next, let's look at size. While they may be the same general size and shape, namely giant, they're both over 17.5 feet long, surprisingly, cargo space is a little bit different. The GMC can hold 122.9 cubic feet of cargo total, the Cadillac 121. Behind the second row, the Yukon's a little bit smaller, 72.6 cubic feet of space compared to 72.9 cubes in the Cadillac. Now GM says that this all boils down to seat design. However, behind that third row, both SUVs have 25.5 cubic feet of space. Now when it comes to towing, they can both tow a maximum of 8,200 pounds in a 2-wheel drive trim. So where are these two giants different? Well, it's all in the inside. The Cadillac gets a curved OLED screen that includes a 7.2-inch touch control panel on the left, a center 14.2-inch gauge cluster, and a 16.9-inch infotainment screen on the right. All of that makes the 10.2-inch infotainment screen in the Yukon look pretty sad, doesn't it? As for driver's aids, both get automatic emergency braking, forward collision warning, safety alert seat, and front and rear pedestrian alert standard. But you've got to jump up a trim level on the Escalade to get lane keeping assist and warning, blind spot monitoring, and rear cross traffic alert, all of which are standard on the Yukon Denali. However, there is one super cool feature that you cannot get on the Yukon Denali, and that might be a deal breaker for some. I'm talking about Super Cruise. This hands-off but attention-on system uses LiDAR map data, GPS, and camera and radar sensors to take control on over 200,000 miles of highways in the US and Canada. Heck, it can even change lanes for you. Now, it's not standard and it will cost you a fair amount of cash depending on your trim, but it is far and away the best tech feature of the Escalade. The standard adaptive cruise control on the Denali is great and all, but Super Cruise is just so much more advanced that it might push technical buyers into the Escalade. So how expensive is an Escalade with Super Cruise? Well, you can't get it on the base luxury model, so forget about that. The least expensive way is to jump up to the sport trim and then add $6,150 worth of options. So the least expensive Escalade with Super Cruise is $93,040 including destination. Still interested? Maybe not. Regardless, the Escalade is just much more premium all the way around. There's a standard shifter compared to the cheesy push-button selector in the Yukon. The Escalade is full of wood trim and elegantly curved design lines, while the Yukon's interior just still looks truck-like with chunky control knobs and squared-off edges. The Yukon does have an ace up its sleeve when it comes to handling with the standard magnetic ride control. The system can read road conditions every millisecond and adjust accordingly, providing a super smooth and highly responsive ride. Now on the Escalade, this tech is standard on sport trim and above, or you can add it to the premium luxury trim and pay $2,700, but that includes some goodies like an electronic limited slip differential and an integrated trailer brake control. It all boils down to this. Both vehicles have essentially the same bones, and when you throw magnetic ride control onto the Cadillac, they'll behave the same way out on America's highways and byways. I'm not sure Super Cruise and the better interior are worth the extra $23,345, but hey, if you got the cash, you're not going to be disappointed. Alright, is that fancy pants interior and Super Cruise and Escalade worth the extra money to you? Or would you rather go slightly less fancy, save some bones, and stick with the Yukon Denali? Let me know in the comments and smash that subscribe button.